Hi everyone, welcome to Garden Air. Today we are going to be out in the garden doing some mulch. So I thought maybe this would be a good time to really talk about mulch. And you know, mulch is one of those things that it comes in so many different varieties and colors. And I really truly believe if everyone did the same thing in their gardens all over the place, gardens would be very boring and not so unique. So go with whatever mulch you truly love for your garden. I'm just going to talk about what I do and what I personally like. And I go with a triple shredded soft mulch. And I do that because I want my mulch to break down every year and add to my soil, because I have very heavy clay soil and it really needs as much organic material broken down into it as possible every year. So I'm always adding compost and peat and soft mulches and things like that. I also don't prefer the dyes, only because because my mulch is breaking down into my garden. I don't want that extra toxicity or anything that's unnatural going into my garden. I do believe you can get some mulches out there that are dyed naturally, so you might want to look into those options if that's something that concerns you, or just go with as natural of a mulch as possible. The red dyes, I went with, when I first got into gardening, I bought like a lot of the red dyed mulches. I thought it was very pretty. But here's the thing, I don't want my mulch to be pretty, I want my plants to be pretty. So I want my plants to stand out, not my mulch. So that was one thing that eventually kind of got to me. Every time I stood back and I looked at my garden, my first thought would be like, oh, that mulch is so pretty. It's not really what you're going for. You're looking for, my garden is so pretty, or look at how beautiful those flowers are. So you really want your flowers to stand out and not so much the mulch. So that was something that hit me when I was using all the red. So I ditched the red, and now I just really go with what's the most natural. And another reason I like the triple shredded mulches is because it's really soft on my feet. I'm in my bare feet a lot when I garden. If you're always wearing shoes, this might not apply to you, but I'm always barefoot, and hard mulches, like the hard cedar or the big chunky mulches, always hurt my feet. I'm always getting things kind of stuck in my feet and it ends up hurting. The triple shredded is a lot softer and I can walk on it better in my bare feet. So that was another positive for me. And it's just natural, it's soft, it's great. So that's what I end up going with. And that's what you're going to see us spread all throughout our garden today. This is the back garden. Behind me right now, I'm up on my balcony, and we're also going to be doing the front bed. Our truck isn't huge, so we can only bring in like a yard at a time. So I'm not sure how far we're going to get today. So we'll probably be extending this video out through a couple of days. I don't know, because the weather, we were trying to start yesterday and it ended up raining on us, and it is what it is. So we're going to get as much done as possible today, and let's see how the bed looks before and after it's mulched. So this is before we spread the mulch. Neighbors out mowing, so sorry for any background noise. Hopefully it goes away. Okay, so we're spreading around now. And the thing is, you don't want to go too thin, you also don't want to go too thick. Too much mulch can make your soil very acidic, so you do want to watch out for being too thick on the mulch. For acid-loving plants, obviously, that's not a problem, but not everything is going to like the acid that it creates as it breaks down. So we're only going to go about 2 inches thick and just keep spreading this out. So the benefits of some good mulching is water retention, helping to keep the soil a little bit more moist and not drying out so much in the heat of summer. and of course decorative purposes. All this fresh mulch looks a lot better than that there, so you can see the difference visually. And of course, weed suppression. We're going to help suffocate the weeds out and keep a barrier down between the environment and the open soil where seeds are just going to go in and germinate. So it helps to suppress weeds that are already in the ground, and also weed seeds that keep flying around and floating down into your garden. So there's a lot of benefits using mulch, and roses themselves really should be mulched because they like the water, they like to retain some water. They're being very heavy feeding flowers. So the mulching on roses is definitely beneficial, and definitely for like overwintering, if your winters are extremely cold, mulch helps protect the roses through the winter as well. When you mulch your roses, try to get up underneath all of the growth as much as possible so that you're getting to the base of the plant and protecting that crown, because when it's overwintering, that's where most of that protection is going to be served by the mulch. There are other options that you can use for mulch besides the typical wood mulch. Such options are straw, leaves, compost, and also like gravel or stones. However, be careful when using rocks or stones for mulch in your gardens, as they can raise the temperature drastically around your plants, especially in hot weather. Be aware that rocks also won't break down, giving you the benefit of adding extra organics to your soil. So there will be no soil improvement when using rocks. And it may be harder for you to till in nice amendments later on in your gardening seasons. I hope you found this video encouraging, inspiring, or at least helpful, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.